Yesterday's video, my song about Coca-Cola, was mostly well-liked, but a couple of people expressed skepticism or negativity, which is fine. It makes the comment thread more interesting for all of us to read, but I wanted to follow up with one of my more typical analysis videos on the same issue: public schools advertising products to their students, and just maybe I'll be able to bring a couple more people over to my point of view. First, let's get a few red herrings out of the way. Number one, I drink soda. Usually it's diet soda, but I'm not a lofty ascetic here. I'm not wishing to shame other grown-ups over bad nutrition. It is bad for you, and it's bad for me too, but I don't want to outlaw dessert. Number two, I work for a big corporation, and I like my employer. I'm not against the existence of corporations. I have a much more sort of measured point of view, which is that when governments or churches or corporations, when any institution gets really big, it will inevitably have both virtuous and deleterious effects on society. So in the song, I do call out the bad nutrition of Coke and the amorality of big business, but the nexus of my message addresses the public schools, where the government requires kids to spend 7 hours a day and then sells their time and attention to its corporate partners. Now, before I say more on schools, I want to say this: the corporate profit imperative can exist harmoniously in a happy society, I believe, but only so long as our other institutions don't start trusting these profit machines to do the right thing by us and act with public good in mind. No, that is not their job. That's our job. So if you complain the corporations aren't looking out for us, no shit, man. They're not the police. The police is the police. It's their job to look after you. And the schools look after your kids. But some public schools now are acting more like corporations. They're generating their own profit, and the way they do that is they sell the time and attention of their student body to advertisers. They sell it. They bring in corporate marketers and collaborate on what is the most appropriate limit for advertising in the day of an average student. They ask, how much of our students' time and attention are we willing to sell? And they decide on that amount and they sell it. Now, I shouldn't call it profit, I should call it revenue, because there aren't shareholders of schools. But that doesn't change the fact that schools are starting to act more with a corporate mindset. They sell students' time. Now, one of the basic rules of commerce is that if you're selling something, it means that you own it. So the schools move from a theory where they are trusted with the children's time and attention in order to serve them, to turn these little monsters into scientists and authors and engineers. Schools are trusted to transform this raw genetic slough into the men and women that will push us forward. Trusted to serve them, to show them what is right and true. And many schools have chosen to reinterpret that trust as ownership and the right to sell. Well, it's our building. If we sell a piece to this company, we can improve the gym, we can upgrade the computer system, we'll be a nicer school that's more fun to work at. Plus, the kids like Coke. It's not Firestone tires or Hanes underwear, it's good old Coke. They will love going to a Coke school. So, tomorrow's scientists and authors and engineers will be even heavier Coke drinkers than they are today, and they will be making the next decisions about how the government can sell the people. And they will use the same brains they developed in school. I'm sorry, Coca-Cola presents school. This is not an issue that alarms just progressives like myself. Libertarians, populists, and, conservatives. Hello. The government is taking more stuff from you to make money. This time, it's your kid's brain. Maybe we should fully fund education. It's just a thought. Our education should be a check on advertising. Its mission is to instill critical reasoning to truly judge the veracity and value of the myriad daily attempts to persuade us. It cannot endorse the sale of a branded product without corrupting itself. So to sum up, 1, Coke is bad for you. It contributes to diabetes. Let's all try and drink a little less of it, me included. 2, corporations are only in it for the money. They don't pretend not to be, so let's keep an eye out. And number 3, don't let the government make money from selling your children. That's the song. Thanks, everybody.